Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Imagine this, two ordinary-looking coins that most people wouldn't even bother to bend down and pick up could actually be worth millions. Yes, millions of dollars. These aren't just coins. They are time-traveling artifacts of history, mystery, and unbelievable value. In today's video, we uncover the jaw-dropping truth behind two of the most shocking coins ever found in everyday circulation. The 1974 USA 1 cent, surrounded by secrecy and once tied to a potential ban by the US government, and the 2004 South African 20 cents, a coin that carries a hidden story few have ever noticed. Before you ever toss a coin aside again, watch this till the end, because your next penny or 20-cent piece could be your passport to fortune. Top 1. We're diving into one of the most surprising stories to ever emerge from the world of coin collecting. A story that involves a tiny coin you've probably held hundreds of times. A coin so common, you might have tossed it into a tip jar or lost it in your couch cushions. But what if I told you that one of these small, unassuming copper coins, the 1974 United States 1 cent coin, could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even millions? Yes, millions. No, this isn't fantasy. This is real. And the story behind it? Let's just say it's a blend of mystery, metal, and money, all forged into a single cent. So before you brush aside that pile of pennies, stop. Watch this, because the next coin you examine could change your life. Let's start at the surface. The 1974 US 1 cent coin, known more widely as the Lincoln penny, looks at first glance like any other coin minted in the billions. It features the familiar side profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," etched above his head. To the left it reads, "Liberty," and to the right, the year, 1974. On the reverse side, the iconic Lincoln Memorial, surrounded by the words, "United States of America," and "E pluribus unum," with 1 cent standing proudly at the bottom. This was a coin built for everyday use. Durable, simple, functional. But what if I told you, not all 1974 pennies were made the same? What if, hidden within the mass of copper coins from that year, a few were different? So different, in fact, that their value today isn't 1 cent, but hundreds of thousands, even over $1 million? Let's dig deeper. Material matters. To understand the mystery, you need to know what these coins were made of. In 1974, the standard Lincoln penny was struck in 88% copper and 6% zinc, a metal composition used for decades. But copper prices were skyrocketing. The U.S. Mint was under pressure. Producing pennies was becoming more expensive than their face value. So, in an experimental move, the Mint decided to test an alternative: aluminum. Yes, aluminum. In total, it's believed that over 1.5 million aluminum pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1973 for potential release in 1974. But before they could enter circulation, the plan was scrapped. Opposition from the vending machine industry and other logistical challenges forced the Mint to halt the project. Almost all of those aluminum coins were recalled and destroyed. The legend of the 1974 aluminum penny. Somehow, a few escaped. A handful of aluminum 1974 pennies survived the destruction, either handed out as samples to members of Congress or misplaced in the chaos of Mint operations. Today, these coins are illegal to own and are considered government property, but that hasn't stopped stories from surfacing. One such coin surfaced in San Diego. It was allegedly given to a congressman in the 70s and rediscovered decades later by his son. When the coin was examined, it was confirmed. 1974. Aluminum. Untouched. The estimated value? Experts speculated it could reach up to $2 million if it were legally sold. Yes, you heard that right. A 1 cent coin, possibly worth $2 million. But that's not the only version of this coin making headlines. The copper confusion twist. Here's where things get even more exciting, and a little more mysterious. While aluminum pennies were the most well-known experiment, there were also unusual 1974 pennies struck in bronze, zinc, and other hybrid compositions, sometimes by mistake, sometimes intentionally for testing. For example, a few 1974 pennies struck at the Denver Mint were made using aluminum, despite the fact that none were supposed to be. One of these coins surfaced and caused a storm in the numismatic world. Lawsuits followed. The coin was eventually returned to the government, but its story and its estimated value of over $1 million lives on. And then, there are the die errors, off-center strikes, double dies, and planche flaws that make certain 1974 copper pennies stand out. The power of error. Let's talk about what makes some pennies worth more than cars, more than houses, even more than some people make in a lifetime. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and error. Imagine finding a 1974 penny where the lettering is doubled, where Lincoln's face is slightly shifted, or where the reverse image is upside down. These kinds of minting errors, when combined with the already dramatic year of 1974, create a collector's storm. One known double-die penny from 1974 was estimated at over $10,000. Another, struck off-center and graded MS-67, fetched over $15,000 at auction. But remember, this isn't just about error. It's about history. It's about a time capsule of experimentation during one of America's most uncertain economic periods, the grading game. Now let's talk about condition, because that's what can take a rare coin from thousands to millions. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC assign coins a score between 1 and 70, with MS-70 meaning perfect mint state. A 1974 Lincoln penny with a unique error, made from a rare composition, and graded MS-68 or higher. That's the jackpot. In fact, several high-grade, error-free 1974 pennies made of ordinary copper have still sold for over $5,000, simply due to their pristine condition and historical context. Add a little mystery, a dash of metallurgy magic, and suddenly, you're looking at a coin that's not worth a cent, but possibly a small fortune. True stories from the coin world. Let me share a real case. In 2014, a Pennsylvania man was going through a bag of old coins from his grandfather's collection. Among dozens of ordinary coins, one 1974 penny caught his eye. It looked lighter, different. He had it tested. It turned out to be struck in aluminum. Word spread fast. Experts estimated its potential value at between $250,000 and $2 million, but legal issues kept it off the market. Still, the story ignited collectors around the world. And the lesson? Never underestimate what's hiding in your old coin jar. How to check your pennies. So, what should you look for? Here's a checklist to help you spot a potential treasure. 1. Test the metal. Aluminum pennies feel lighter and don't react to magnets. 2. Check for errors. Look closely for doubling, misalignments, or strange markings. 3. Look at the mint mark, Denver, D, or no mint mark, Philadelphia. Both can be valuable. Condition matters. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and strong luster are far more valuable. 5. Get it graded. Reputable services like PCGS or NGC can confirm authenticity and boost value, and always compare your coin with verified high-value versions online. Knowledge is power in the coin world. But beyond money, this is about legacy. The 1974 penny is more than just metal. It's a snapshot of America's economic struggles, its experimental mindset, and its relentless innovation. It's a reflection of how something so small can carry so much meaning. For collectors, finding one of these rare coins isn't just a financial win. It's an emotional moment, a connection to history, a brush with the unknown. And maybe, just maybe, your story is next. So here's what you need to do. Go check your coin collection. Look through those forgotten jars and dusty drawers. Examine your old change with fresh eyes. Because the 1974 1-cent coin you thought was worthless could be priceless. Top 2. We're diving deep into a story that could change the way you look at every piece of change you've ever held. You might want to check your coin jar because what appears to be a humble, everyday coin could be something extraordinary. Yes, I'm talking about the 2004 South African 20-cent coin. It's small, light, and often overlooked. But for those who know what to look for, this little coin could hold the kind of value that blows the roof off any estimate. Thousands, lakhs, even millions, according to collectors' circles and rare auction whispers. But what makes this coin so special? Why has this ordinary piece of currency stirred up conversations from Johannesburg to Tokyo? Let's uncover the mystery, the beauty, the legacy, and the potential treasure behind the 2004 South African 20-cent coin. Surface-level simplicity. Or so it seems. Let's start with the coin itself. At a glance, the 2004 20-cent coin may seem unremarkable. It's composed of bronze-plated steel, giving it a rich, earthy tone, somewhere between copper and golden brown. It weighs just 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.79 millimeters. On the reverse side, you'll see the elegant image of a king protea flower, South Africa's national flower, a symbol of resilience, rebirth, and beauty. The obverse? That's where things get even more interesting. It features the South African coat of arms, a powerful emblem introduced just a few years prior, in 2000, representing unity, freedom, and the democratic values of the new South Africa. And depending on the coin's production rotation, the country's name is inscribed in one of South Africa's 11 official languages, a detail that, as you'll soon see, may dramatically influence the coin's rarity and value. But here's the thing, it's not just about what's on the coin, it's about what might be hiding in plain sight. The year 2004, a silent turning point. To understand why this coin is making waves, let's step back into 2004. South Africa was experiencing a new era. Thabo Mbeki was president, guiding the country through the next phase of transformation after Mandela's departure in 1999. The early 2000s were filled with change, national development, and a focus on unifying South Africa's diverse population under one flag, one hope, one future. In the numismatic world, 2004 doesn't scream historic, but that's exactly what makes the 20-cent coin from this year so mysterious. Unlike years marked by major commemoratives or known limited editions, the 2004 20-cent coin quietly entered circulation. No official announcements, no celebratory minting. Just business as usual. Or was it? That's where collectors started to notice something peculiar. In online forums, auction catalogs, and collector groups, whispers started to grow louder. Some versions of the 2004 20-cent coin began fetching incredible sums. Not just for being old, but for being different. The variants that shook the collector world. So what exactly makes a 2004 20-cent coin rare? It turns out there are several variations that make certain pieces from this year stand out like diamonds among pebbles. Reports of die errors, off-center strikes, doubling of the lettering, or even slight shifts in the King Protea design began to emerge. These aren't defects, they're golden tickets in the world of coin collecting. One collector from New Zealand, who'd been gathering African currency for years, reported stumbling upon a 2004 20-cent coin where the South Africa inscription was slightly misaligned, curving upward, and with a faint doubling effect on the letters. After professional grading, the coin was certified at MS66, mint state, near perfect condition. When he listed it for auction, the bids exceeded every expectation, climbing into figures that left jaws on the floor. Another instance involved a coin where the King Protea's petals appeared thicker and sharper than usual, possibly from a unique die strike or over-polishing. Some experts speculated this might have been part of a test strike or experimental mint run. Whatever the case, that coin was privately appraised at a value that, well, let's just say it could buy more than just a new car. A hidden code of rarity? Here's another layer to this mystery. The South African Mint follows a fascinating tradition, rotating the country's name across 11 official languages, one for each year and sometimes even within the same year. In 2004, coins were minted with inscriptions in languages like Xitsonga, Venda, or isiNdebele, languages that were less frequently used on circulating coins. Collectors soon realized that some language variants appeared far less often in circulation, making them instant rarities. Combine that with a minting error. You've just struck numismatic gold. For example, a 2004 20-cent coin with Xitsonga lettering, off-center strike, and a mirror-like uncirculated finish was once listed in a private auction platform in Europe. The listing didn't last long. A high-end buyer from Dubai reportedly paid a small fortune for it. No official figures were released, but insiders claimed it may have crossed into the six-figure mark in US dollars. The emotional magnetism of coins. Now let's talk about something just as powerful as rarity: emotional connection. Coins are more than metal. They're time machines. They hold the stories of people, governments, cultures, and revolutions. The 2004 South African 20-cent coin carries the emotional weight of a country still shaping its identity, still building on the legacy of Mandela, still striving to unite under one dream. Owning such a coin, especially one with anomalies or unique characteristics, isn't just about value. It's about holding a fragment of history, a moment frozen in time, pressed into bronze-plated steel and forgotten until rediscovered. That emotional magnetism drives collectors to pay premiums. Because in the world of numismatics, it's not just about scarcity, it's about story. And this coin has one worth telling. Could you have one? Here's the question you're dying to ask. Could I have one of these rare 2004 20-cent coins? The answer? Maybe, because the South African Mint didn't issue a special press release or publish a list of rare varieties. These coins entered circulation silently. That means they could have landed anywhere, in any province, in any shop, in any tourist's wallet. So check your change. Look through your coin collections. Ask your relatives. That coin lying in a drawer, collecting dust for 20 years, could be the one. Here's what to look for: unusual die marks, misaligned images or letters, language variants in Venda, Xitsonga, or isiNdebele shiny, uncirculated finish with minimal scratches, off-center strikes or double lines on edges and text grading, the secret weapon. If you think you have something special, get it graded. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC are internationally recognized and can officially evaluate your coin's condition and rarity. And here's the exciting part. A coin in average condition might fetch a few bucks, but a rare variant, in mint condition, professionally graded, can skyrocket in value. We've seen it happen. Collectors have seen modest finds explode into life-changing assets. The treasure hunt begins now. So what's the real takeaway here? The 2004 South African 20-cent coin may seem ordinary, but under the right circumstances, it becomes a gateway to an incredible story, a valuable asset, and a powerful piece of history. Whether you're in South Africa, the UK, the US, India, or anywhere in the world, you could be holding something rare without even knowing it. And it's not just about money, it's about wonder, curiosity, the thrill of discovery. Because in the end, coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's treasure hunting, it's historical detective work, it's finding gold in the forgotten. If you're holding a 2004 South African 20-cent coin, don't dismiss it. Inspect it, cherish it, grade it. And if you discover something truly rare, don't just think of its value in numbers. Think of its story. Think of the hands it passed through, the people, the places, the moments. And if you found something extraordinary, share it with the world. Who knows? Maybe your discovery will be the next great chapter in numismatic history. Thanks for watching, Coin Explorers. If stories like this fascinate you, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with your fellow collectors. And remember, always check your change. Because sometimes, the smallest coin can unlock the biggest story. And maybe even the fortune of a lifetime. Keep searching, keep discovering, And may your next coin be the one that changes everything.